This Thursday, it will be best to stay indoors, especially if you live in a blue state, because libtards' heads will explode, and you don't want that mess getting all over you. You don't want to risk getting the dreaded contagious disease of libtardosis. Batten down the hatches and secure the Bilko doors, because the babbling bullshit artists are going to be out in force. Maybe now is the time for patriots to bring all their MAGA hat-wearing veteran friends to Starbucks for a cup of that delicious ferret turd coffee. Show them what their business could have been like if their CEO wasn't such a social justice warrior soy boy. See if I'm right. Future proves past. FISA will rock the House, proving that our allies, not Russia, conspired to defeat Donald Trump. The deep state will create more false flags to distract the public and dominate the fake news cycle. Benghazi will be the end of the frazzled rat. The CIA, Mossad, and Soros have hijacked WikiLeaks, but the data troves are still under white hat control. Assange's dead man switch will disclose more dirt on the worldwide cabal as Assange arrives in the USA under pretense of prosecution for hacking crimes. More than half the U.S. government will be exposed as pedophiles and pedivores. Nexium will be the end of Pedowood. The tarmac recording will surface. The video that made seasoned SVU detectives cry will be disclosed and used in military tribunals. CIA and FBI are heavily involved in child trafficking. The Vatican will fall as the Pope is arrested for satanic ritual abuse. Barry Soetoro, both Bush administrations and Clinton are guilty of war crimes. The mainstream media will be exposed as propaganda agents spewing bullshit since JFK. CNN, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, New York Times, and Washington Post and others will all file Chapter 11 as viewership drops precipitously. Seth Rich and JFK Jr. are alive and will appear at military tribunals to testify. Julian Assange and Kim.com will provide stunning testimony and hard evidence. Investigations will find that Notre Dame was burned by migrants from shithole countries who swear death to Christians and Jews. There will be a worldwide currency reset. Riots in the country will be met with lethal force, civilian patriots and military. Southern borders will turn into a war zone and will have to be napalmed to repel invaders. Over 100,000 traitors, traffickers, and various and sundry scumbags will be arrested by the U.S. military simultaneously and sent to Gitmo. Social media companies will see CEOs arrested for RICO Act-level fraud and theft of services. Pending lawsuits will bury them in legal costs. All of the people we've been demanding to be arrested, and some we never heard of, will be. The Vatican's many crimes will be exposed. Muslim hordes will invade Vatican City. We will discover who really won in 1776. 9/11 will be exposed as an operation of the U.S. government and to be a cover-up for a gold heist with an excuse to meddle in the Middle East. Wars, all of them, for oil, drugs, and human trafficking. The U.S. government was, as we know it, will fall. Nassau will be a worldwide declaration of freedom from the central bank and Fed Reserve thievery. Martial law will be necessary to keep libtards in their safe spaces as pissed-off patriots go duck hunting. U.S. citizens will eventually unite under a common cause when disclosures are irrefutable, and libtards will become more pissed-off than pissed-off patriots. Together they will disinfect the swamp. As the Mueller report and FISA declas looms, and just days after the world's most famous journalist is arrested, Notre Dame Cathedral is reduced to a pile of ashes. Does anyone really believe that this is some sort of cosmic co-inky-dink? Let me tell you, this is all planned. It is a Hollywood script projected into real life. Nothing, do you understand? Nothing is coincidence. It all happens for a reason. Whoever entertains that thought or treads even lightly on that line of reasoning should double up on their red pill dosage, because there is serious doubt that renovation work caused unquenchable fire in the entire church at Notre Dame. When it is discovered who set those fires, the crusades will begin anew. The Kaaba at Mecca will probably be next, inspired by deep state operatives bent on distracting the world from their heinous crimes. Hopefully, all the divisions that have been instigated among the world's people and among the citizens of free countries all over the world will be finally seen for what they truly are: rules for radicals, divide and conquer, right out of the playbooks of every despot from Genghis Khan to Pol Pot, Hitler, and every tyrant who ever lived. The deep state knows that if the dumbed-down population that they've indoctrinated in public schools, brainwashed by the mainstream media, poisoned by their GMO crap food and baby bits in their Big Macs, washed down with fluoridated water, used to make beverages sweetened with cumulative neurotoxins, inoculated with mercury-contaminated vaccines, and aerosols sprayed from above like roaches. If these dumb motherfuckers, some of whom are willingly ignorant, but most who are victims of covert assaults on their minds and bodies, if they ever found out who the real enemy is, Washington, D.C. would look like Yucca Flats after the blast, and so it is imperative that they be kept ignorant and stupid and disarmed in case they should suddenly wake up. And as for those of you who may be watching, those Soros-funded trolls who believe in a planet-wide utopia paid for by money that one can just magically pull out of their ass, albeit just like a recalcitrant shit turd, for those of you whom the good Lord passed when dispensing cranial neurons and common sense, perhaps medical science will reluctantly repent of their profiteering and withholding of cures for diseases that afflict mankind, and finally release the herbal secret that will grow the bunch of you on IQ. The Matrix is the illusion of history that the world has been living under for at least the last 100 years. Patriot's hands are on the dimmer switch. Should the illusion power down suddenly, it would be like losing all the emitters on a starship's holodeck simultaneously. The historical Mandela effect must be powered down gradually. This will give all those unwitting MK Ultra victims the chance to acclimate to reality gradually, as the shock of sudden withdrawal would be worse than going cold turkey on a lifelong fentanyl addiction. The world that God created could be a paradise, sans these demon-possessed psychopaths who have slithered their way into our governments. It is time that those of us who are awake and have seen just a bit of what is behind that curtain of mass illusion to attempt to enlighten and awake those among us who are still fast asleep. So I tell you, don't buy into the divisiveness instigated by the left or the mainstream media. There is but one race, the human race. Hate only eats away at your soul. Those who are hated could give a rat's ass. Once we all know who the true enemy is, humanity will be blessed by more happiness and abundance than they can possibly handle. The future is what we consciously make of it. Ask what you can do for your country. Ask what you can do for your fellow man. Peace and Godspeed. Please subscribe to our backup channels: Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description. But for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.